Hello VC, it's a lovely Sunday morning and I'm vibing here with Derek's Flyover, which you can hear playing on my turntable there in the background. So if you haven't got it already, I highly recommend you grab this fantastic album and support Derek, our friend in the VC. Now this is going to be a shorter video than usual. I've just got a few items to show, but I'll just referencing my last video, which which showcased, among other things, a fantastic VCLT from Jimmy, Earl of Suave. Now that whole the items I showed you in my last video, it's so absolutely vast that I still haven't listened to all of them yet. I'm still working my way through them, and again I want to say a massive thank you to Jimmy, but that's not all that he sent. I'll show you something else which arrived in the post yesterday. This is something that Jimmy picked up when he went to see Zappa, son of Frank. It is a limited edition, numbered 12-inch single, showcasing two early tracks by Frank Zappa. Help, I'm a Rock, It Can't Happen Here, and Who Are the Brain Police. Now, can I just a word about the artwork? The artwork is by Noel Fielding, who, for anybody who's familiar with the Mighty Boosh, it's a UK sitcom, kind of surrealist, kind of music-related sitcom. He's one of the stars of it, and he designed this fantastic sleeve, as you can see here. So the two tracks, they're from '66. They're from around about the time of Freak Out. Track 1 was originally released as a single in '66, and track 2, it says here, this is the first time that it's been released on vinyl. It is on red vinyl. Let me just show it to you there. Beautiful, beautiful red vinyl. I gave it a spin just a while ago. Yeah, so let me just say, I think Ben Costello pointed this out to me as well, but when it comes to Zappa, I prefer his instrumental stuff. You know, the track It Can't Happen Here features one aspect of a lot of Zappa's songs which kind of slightly annoy me, where him and the band start putting on kind of silly voices. It's a little bit annoying. Whenever I come across that in Zappa, I always think, just get back to the music, because that's, but Who Are the Brain Police? That is a fantastic track. Brilliant, freak out, whatever you want to call it. It is fantastic, and it was an absolutely, I think that this came out in 1966 is amazing. It was so far ahead of its time. So again, yeah, this is numbered. This is number 298. So I presume there were 500 copies pressed. I'm not 100% sure, but it is number 298. So thank you very much for that, Jimmy. And I know that Jimmy he won't see this till tomorrow because he's in New Orleans at the moment, enjoying a little break with his lady friend. So have a fantastic time, Jimmy, in New Orleans, and soak up these sights and sounds of that great city. And thank you very, very much again for this, and for the fantastic VCLT which I showed in my last video. Okay, the next item I'm going to show is quite interesting. This is something which I came across completely by chance in my local independent record store. This is called Rupture, and it is a collaboration with Stephen Stapleton of Nurse with Wound, with Graham Bowers. I'm not hugely familiar with Graham Bowers, I have to say, but he is a Welsh experimental musician and artist. Now, this, can you believe it was in the bargain section? It was at half price, so I got it for €12. It's actually a Record Store Day release from 2012, so from 2 years ago. Apparently it must have been sitting there all that time unsold, and so they just put it half price in the bargain section. So I couldn't believe it when I came across it. This is it's a limited edition pressing of 300 copies, and let me just show you. It's actually a double album as well. Each pressing comes with a art print. Let me just show it to you. Each print is unique, and to each of the 300 pressings, and it is signed by both Stephen Stapleton and Graham Bowers. Okay, that's not it. This is the inner sleeve, which is in itself fantastic. But I'll show you the print if I can just get it out. Just want to be careful with it. Yeah, here we go. Okay, it's not coming out. There we go. Okay, as you can see there, so this print is unique to this particular album, this particular one, and it's signed by both Stephen Stapleton and Graham Bowers, and it is it's quite a low number as well, 87 out of the 300. And I showed you an item a few weeks back which was signed by Stephen Stapleton, and he has a very distinctive signature, as you'll see there. So I'm very, very pleased with this. I have not played this because when it comes to something like this, I really kind of like to keep it in mint condition for it's something that probably will go up in value, I think. And I have listened to excerpts of it on YouTube. It's like, I suppose the best way to describe it is it's kind of first off, the theme, the actual overall theme of the album is it's to do with a person who's had a stroke, and it is a musical kind of, I suppose they're trying to express in music the experience of somebody who's just had a stroke. So it's kind of like very hard to describe really, but it's kind of orchestral. It's very much an orchestral work, and very, very dark, as you might imagine from, you know, Nursery Wound, but very bleak as well, of course, given the subject matter. But an amazing piece of art, I suppose you could say, about the actual the actual product itself, as is always the case with Stephen Stapleton Nursery Wound releases, which, you know, tend to be he always tends to have kind of elaborate artwork, and kind of, you know, they're always pressed in kind of low numbers as well. So so I was very pleased to get that for the price that I did. Now I'll just show you a couple of other items which I got recently. Now this is by a band which I featured in my last video. Now I got 2 albums by them as part of the haul, the infamous haul, which myself and Ben Costello negotiated. And check out Ben's part of the haul is in his latest video, by the way, which he just put up yesterday, so check that out. This is Pawn Hearts was one of the albums I showed in as part of the haul, and this is the album which they followed that up with, by Graaf Generator, and this is God Bluff. Now, after they released Pawn Hearts, they actually split up, but they got back together again, so there's quite a gap between this and Pawn Hearts. Pawn Hearts came out in 71, this came out in 75, so a gap of 4 years. Very, very different artwork, completely couldn't be more of a contrast. Very minimalist, but this is no less great an album than Pawn Hearts or anything that came before it. This is really, really, really good. This is fantastic album. It's on the Charisma label, but it's actually a early 80s reissue. So you have a kind of a variant on the Mad Hatter there. So yeah, this is fantastic album. Van der Graaf. Okay. Something else that I have to show you, I picked up this a few days ago. This is an album which I've had on CD before, but I had yet to have it on vinyl. It needs no introduction. It's Neil Young and Crazy Horse, Zuma, one of his best, Cortez the Killer. You know, it's you know, there's really not a lot I can say about this. This is not an original. This is a German reissue, which I think is possibly from the 80s, late 80s or early 90s. Interesting insert, and it's on Reprise. Also, I think, yeah, there's another. Yep. Lyric insert. Okay, so it's really, really nice condition as well, but you know, it's not an original. It is, as I said, a reissue. So just got one more item to show you now. Bear with me. This is an album which I'd been intending to get for quite a while. Again, another album which probably doesn't need much of an introduction. The Smiths, The Queen is Dead. Now, when I saw this, I didn't check it fully. I thought it was a UK original. Kind of in my haste, I usually be fairly meticulous about these things, but it's actually Portuguese pressing. So there you go. So, but I'm okay with that. It's in perfect condition. It's an album which, as I said, I've been looking to get for quite a while, and I now have all but one of their studio albums on vinyl. I think the only one I don't have now is Strange Ways Here We Come. So that's one I'll have to have a look out for. So that's it. It's a slightly shorter video than normal. You'll be glad to know. Unlike my last one, which lasted over half an hour. So thanks very much for watching, and thanks again to Jimmy. And enjoy your holiday, and talk to you again. All the best.